Hey guys, Rust Belt Collector here with another review for you. Today I'm looking at the brand spanking new Mandolorian Black Series figure. This is probably the most anticipated of the releases from the Force Friday release. Right here I've got the standard release out of the box, and I've got the first edition in the box. But apart from the white coloring, the boxes are identical. You've got the picture window, the character sketch, all that. Number 94 in the line. A nice bio on the back talking about probably a lot of stuff that we won't know about until the show's released. The other side, and the front again. The figure overall is a really cool design. As you can see, he's got this weathered and battered Mandalorian armor. This is his early show version. I've seen a lot of pictures of from the show where later on in the show he starts getting silver armor that's different. So maybe he pieces it together throughout the show. I don't know. Right up top, you've got this nice double ball joint head system. Gives you all kinds of forward and back swivel. Something to note with this figure is that the helmet is actually a soft rubber over top of a blank gray head that is actually glued in there. It results, with my helmet at least, it results in some kind of deformation here on the side where it doesn't come straight down. It should be more, well, something more like that, but it's not, and I'm gonna have to repair that. This makes me think that they're going to release a unmasked version of this figure sometime down the line, maybe with the updated armor, who knows. Looking down further, we've got arm articulation that goes up. He actually gets, we'll take that off for now. He actually gets good upwards. The softness of his shoulder armor lets it go up over the torso so that he can get almost a 90-degree there. He's got decent elbows here, right about 90. It's enough to get to hold his weapon. Something also that's really nice is he has slight butterflies at the shoulder. Let's see if we can show that. Gives you a little bit of outward and inward on the shoulder, which helps him really get into some tight weapon holding positions. Then we go down, we've got this nice torso roll here. This rubber strap here goes all the way around to the back, but it's not so tight that he can't get a full range of motion with it, which is really nice. Nice outward, forward, not so much back. It's inhibited by the back here. Double knee joint as always. A little bit awkward here with that armor plate. It doesn't really seamlessly go. It seems like there's a ledge there, but still nice articulation with both legs. Foot here, standard rocker, hinge. You know, it's your typical Black Series articulation apart from that butterfly there. Overall, this is just a really slick figure. I love the weathering. He's not overly done with the weathering. He's got good articulation that lets him hold his weapons properly and everything. A lot of cool mishmash detail just with the armor being from different places, different characters presumably. Lots of ammo and stuff strapped to him. Something I did notice, and probably other people have noticed as well, but I just wanted to point it out. This shoulder pad here and his leg plate appear to be Shore Trooper armor. So I brought in this 6-inch Black Series Shore Trooper Commander, and you can see the armor plate. The paint's different, you know, a little bit different, but the blue is right and the tan is right. And then down here on his legs, I mean, that's the same armor. It's kind of a cool little inclusion, you know, that he's an outlaw and he's a bandit and he's just gathering armor wherever he can, you know, and obviously this knee pad is very recognizable with Boba Fett and Jango Fett both having one like it. So he's got some Mandalorian and some Imperial all kind of cobbled together to make his outfit unique and protect him when he's hunting those bounties. Presumably. We don't know. The show is not out yet. So as far as accessories goes, he's got this soft rubber cape that drapes over him nicely. It doesn't really inhibit his movement or anything. It can come off if you wanted it to. He also includes this rifle, which I think almost everyone will have pointed out by now that this is the same rifle from the holiday special cartoon. Not that it's the same character, but they're paying homage to that cartoon by using this rifle. And he holds that pretty nicely. He's got a hinge here at the wrist that lets him get it into a good rifle position. And then those butterflies help him get it up to his shoulder a bit more. Stretch out that hand. And yeah, he can hold that fairly well. I don't know if he could get it. He could almost hold it like properly at his shoulder. Just takes a little bit of work. The rifle also has a peg on the side here, which when you line up his torso and the strap, you don't necessarily have to line up the strap. You can leave the strap away and just line it up this way. But the rifle will peg into his shoulder here. The cape will drape over top of it, and he can hold that just like the trailer and all the promotional photos. And that's a really cool inclusion for this figure. He also has a small blaster pistol. I'll get in with that, show that off. Kind of looks a little bit like Han's, a little bit like Boba's as well, Boba's sidearm. And he'll hold that just fine. Just like in the trailer, you can get him into kind of that pose where he's holding off the stormtroopers, the rifle at the hip, pistol off like this. And yeah, you can get some really nice posing with him. He's got standard Black Series articulation, like I said, but without a lot of bulky armor and stuff around him, it gives him a lot of range of motion. And they've just made it so that he can get all kinds of crazy athletic poses, which is great, you know, for toy photographers or collectors who like to pose their figures. You can really get a lot of lifelike character out of the figure. Originally, when I was doing the review, I really wanted to compare him to the carbonized version from the Target exclusive. Unfortunately, those were just completely out of stock because, you know, scalpers. And so yeah, I might do that eventually if I can find one that isn't like double or triple the original price, but until then, it's just this with also the first edition box art, as you can see back here. And the figures are the same. The carbonized version, as you might know already, is just a different paint job in terms of it's got like a metallic brightness to it. The helmet's a little bit more silver. You know, nothing too spectacular, but I did want to compare those two. Next, I'll just stand them up here next to Boba Fett, the other classic Mandalorian that we have. And they're about the same height. I'll move this aside just so that there's a little bit better contrast. They're about the same height, which I think fits with your, 6-inch line. Who knows what the actual height difference in these characters is, but for a shelf collection, it's going to work just fine. And so yeah, that's been the 6-inch Black Series The Mandalorian figure. Really looking forward to this show. I can't wait to see how all of his story plays out. And, maybe some backstory to his blaster and to his armor. How he got the Stormtrooper armor incorporated into his kit that he wears on a regular basis, But yeah, this was definitely a top of the list figure for me on Force Friday. Really like it. It looks awesome. Can't wait to get some pictures of it. As always, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like the channel enough to do so. And you can find a link in the description to my Instagram page where I do a lot of toy photography. I'll be posting up photos of all these, Force Friday releases sometime eventually, whenever I get around to coming up with a shot for them. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.